Hey, welcome to match 1 of this league. I just finished playing the previous league and it was fun, so I decided to keep going and record another match. See how this one goes. This one, our opponent is beginning with the powerful opener of wait for half a minute before deciding whether to play or draw. It's not a common move, but not uncommon enough that you never see it. And I have a whole bunch of Wraths and a Gideon, so let's cross our fingers and pray for a creature matchup, shall we? Scalding Tarn is not what I like to see when I have a whole lot of creature removal in hand. On the other hand, I do have 4 lands, so there's that. Him fetching basic island means there's a relatively high chance that this is some kind of moon player, and I will be fetching accordingly. Don't have a pressing need to cast my Path to Exile, so I will refrain from firing that off. Still gonna just hold my calm. Is that the saying? Nah, it's something else. Anyways, I'll just sit here and wait for him to do things. Snapcaster opt? Sure. Honestly, I'm fine just wrathing away just these two next turn. I might Thoughtseize him though. I think I like Thoughtseize. I want to see what he's working with. Not too surprised about the Cryptic, to be entirely honest. But I suppose that means I will just kill his stuff. The land's not untapping part is somewhat unfortunate, but hopefully he's not able to take too much advantage of that. I'm not sure whether or not you play Thing in the Ice and Jace the Mind Sculptor in the same deck. Interesting. Enigma Drake and a Disrupting Shoal. It's probably a Serum Visions. No, a Jace. It is a Jace. I'm still kind of locked into throwing out this Wrath of God. Unfortunately. If he bolts me... Alright, scratch that, new plan. So he's bounced his... He bounced his Snap. New plan is Path the Awoken Horror and play either Gideon or Lingering Souls, depending on whether or not I draw an untapped land. So Path the Awoken Horror. So he has a Jace, but I have a Gideon. Jace is better, like, at generating a whole bunch of cards in the long run, but Gideon is definitely the king of killing other planeswalkers when it comes to planeswalkers killing other planeswalkers. Simply because Jace does not survive a Gideon to the face. Kind of cute synergy that you can brainstorm, put 2 garbage cards on top, and snap back a Thought Scour to mill the bad cards. Also, this quantity of islands, I definitely expect Blood Moon out of this opponent. Fortunately, I'm pretty proof against Blood Moon at the moment, because I can just path my own dude. Well, would you look at that? Snap Bolt on the Gid. Fair enough. I think I'm just throwing out a whole bunch of Lingering Souls this turn. Lingering Souls also quite adept at pressuring Jace. I'm certain he trades the snap for this. Yeah. Alright, well, got some souls. And then after I kill the Jace, I can think about pathing my own soul token to get Gideon into play. Unfortunately, he did mill 2 of my planes with the random Thought Scour. Sort of awkward, that. No, it'd be really bad for me if he drew, like, Electrolyze and Snapcaster or something. Snap Cryptic Tap. Unfortunately, it doesn't show me what the second mode is. Such a fucking stupid card. Ah. So, anyways, I will path to exile my spirit token. So now it depends on whether or not he has Mana Leak or another removal spell. Ah, Remand, my nemesis. Yeah, that's not a great misclick for him because it exiled the cryptic command. Just like, that's all kind of disaster for him. I mean, like, he's losing Jace because of it. Alright. I'm gonna just kill the snap if this resolves. I'm low enough on life that I actually kind of want to protect my life total. Cryptic. Counterbounce. Alright. I'll go ahead and attack with one spirit. And so he's got to have one more removal spell to kill the other spirit. The Blood Moon doesn't do anything now, so now it's just him and a couple cards against me and a couple cards. Jace. Again with the Jacing. That is perfect. Let's see what happens here. All right. So, do I make more spirit tokens? I don't think so. I think I'm going to call it at this. It's not particularly feasible for him to manually remove every spirit token, so for him to get rid of all of the spirit tokens, it means he's probably flipping the thing in the ice. What I want to do is kill Jace, and then Wrath away the thing in the ice, and the Snapcaster Mage. I wanted to run out the Lingering Souls to make sure that I have a good shot, that I can kill Jace next turn, and then I can kill the board. Because I obviously can't let Jace live. Dun, 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 dun. Alright, let's see if he can cantrip his way into flipping thing in the ice. Because if he can flip thing in the ice, this is basically over because I go to 1 against a deck that's certain to have bolts, and I'm not going to kill him before he draws a bolt. Yeah. Cantrip, 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 cantrip. Six cards. And he has a Snapcaster Mage in hand. think I'm gonna Gideon of Trials plus on that, and then make some souls. So many cards. This game does not look good for me. I could potentially pull it back if he's just got a bunch of irrelevant cards in hand, but I don't think he can have that many irrelevant cards. Okay, well, Bolt definitely ends the game. Alright, I want cranial extractions, and I want some rest in pieces. I do want all of those. I think I want to go down a couple. Wraths. This way I'm not so much ever really needing double black except for Obnixilis. I think I can go down a Gideon of the Trials and a Gideon Jura. So I've had trouble in the past with this deck when they get to resolve a Blood Moon and I've not drawn a lot of basics. If I have enough basics and I can get like an early Gideon into play, I think the key is that I need to be able to have like a Gideon in play and alive before they have Jace in play, because if I can stick a Gideon, then the Gideon will win the game, and if he can stick a Jace, the Jace will win the game. So the key is casting a Planeswalker and having it survive for a couple turns. Well, this is a lot of hand hate. It's not good enough for me. I can feel the ruin for my first planes. Cranial Extraction away, like something. The hope is to like Inquisition, take out his counter spells, and then on turn 4 throw out the Cranial Extraction on whatever 4-drop he's got in hand. He's thinking about his hand a lot. See, if he wasn't thinking about his hand a lot, I would consider firing off. I would consider not firing off Inquisition on turn 1. So like hold it to turn 2 to see what he draws. But as it is, I think he might have been considering like a borderline hand because maybe he's got like a bunch of cantrips and needs to draw a land or something. And so now. Oh, wow. Well, that's a lot of 4-drops. Duress out the cryptic command. Remand. All time to fish to see if he's got a. Alright, he did have something small. So if I draw planes. So he played Sulphur Falls. can't play Gideon, but I'm going to just Cranial Extract and get rid of Jace. He has to have drawn a counterspell last turn in one draw step. Alright, take a screen cap of his deck. So we've got some Enigma Drakes, 2 more Cryptic Commands, Disrupting Shoal, Snapcasters, Pian Kirans, Thing in the Ices, just kind of like blue-red stuff, and 2 Blood Moons. So he now has Bolt, Strand, P&K, Cryptic. I'm well aware that he's going to Cryptic Command counterbounce, or counter draw, but I need to get the Cryptic Command out of his hand. So he's probably going to not play Pia and Kiran Nalar this turn. Interesting. My suspicion is that he drew another Cryptic. Yeah, if he drew Cryptic or has P and K, I just want to run out some Lingering Souls and call that good. Remanded. Really hate it when the back half of her Souls gets remanded. Feels awful. So now he's got P and K. Play Gideon. It gets negated? Ugh. Alright, so he's got 2 unknowns in hand. No, he's got a bolt in hand. He's got a bolt and an unknown in hand. Plus whatever he drew for turn. Happy trading off 2 spirits against Thopters. He doesn't have... Yeah, he doesn't have any lands that turn into creatures, so I might as well just fire this off and continue fixing my colors. So now I'm really proof against Blood Moon. I mean, like, it shuts off Shambling Vent or whatever, but... For some reason, I'm really just like anticipating the Snapcaster flashback cryptic or remand or something. Yeah. Oh well, I gotta make him play him at some point, right? And I still got my spirit tokens. Got some value out of it. I just need to start drawing planeswalkers and getting them to resolve. I can take 2 for a turn. Because I got this Vault of the Archangel at least, so I can start trading and gaining life and stuff like that. It's worth noting he has a Bolt for the Shambling Vent, although I probably should just make him play it at some point. That's big. That is big. Very happy to play that. Now that all my souls are gone, but it kills the Enigma Drake. Well, he can't attack this turn. Lose a little bit of value on my lands, but that's life. Could do with a Wrath. Also can do with a Gideon. Unfortunately, once he casts 4 spells, the thing in the ice flips out and kills him. So yeah, Wrath would be good. Keep in mind he does have a Bolt. I'm actually quite tempted to just start getting in with Gideon. Like, making an army of Knight allies is not going to do much against this board. Alright, so what can he have? Oh, he's playing something. Cryptic? Bounce, tap, kill Gideon? Tap, draw, kill Gideon. Yeah. At least I got a thing out of it. And that's another Cryptic down, so he's only got 1 Cryptic left in his deck. Fatal Push takes care of the thing in the ice pretty nicely. I think his 1 of Negate is gone as well. There's 2 things in the ice. 2 PN Kirans. And some Snapcasters. All right, this is looking up. This is looking up. And I got the fatal push for the thing in the ice. Yeah. Sure. Enigma Drake is fine. I think I'm gonna start getting in. I have enough blockers. He's got a whole ton of blockers to prevent me from really profitably attacking. Let's just get rid of the thing in the ice now. Oh, right, the freaking lightning bolt. I forgot about that thing. Oh well. I should probably have been blessing the Obnix instead of minus killing that. But at the same time, like, he's only got so many threats left in his deck before his deck just does not win. I don't know if you've ever played against the decks that draw tons and tons of cards, and then at a certain point, they're like, well, I've drawn a ton of cards, but unfortunately you've already killed every win condition in my deck, so I'm going to just sit here until I deck out and lose. Those are hilarious. Too bad there's a Blood Moon. I'd love to Field of Ruin his Sulphur Falls and shuffle his deck away so that he loses the 2 Serum Visions. So he's got one thing in the ice, probably 2 or 3 Snapcasters left. The only thing that's really worrying is like the Electrolyze. Yeah, so he's gonna go for like Electrolyze, Snapcaster beats. Certainly if he attacks with all of his 2-power creatures. Do I even block? That's a good question. Dem Snapcasters. Remanding your own Snapcaster to draw a card. I like it. I think I might even go up to the 4th Rest in Peace, just because these Snapcasters are so good for him. And it only really shuts off the back half of my Lingering Souls. And I think the half... Actually, I do want to keep a Day of Judgment. Do I go down one more Gideon of the Trials? I just feel like he's not... I think I'm going to go down all of the Gideon of the Trials and just go up the Rest in Peace. Trials Gideon's just not very good against anything in his deck except for... Oh man, this hand gets owned by Blood Moon so hard. I don't think I can mulligan it. but I think I just lose to Blood Moon. I need to draw some kind of Inquisition or Thoughtseize, or Basics, or Fetch Land. He went bottom. Yeah. Alright. Plains helps. I'm less afraid of getting Blood Mooned, because at least I have things I can do. And by things I mean 2 Lingering Souls. I'm just pushing that. I could go for the Field of Ruin on the Steam Vents to try to fix my colors in case of Blood Moon, but if I do that, then I'm pretty wide open to him casting, just hard casting Jace. So here I get to fetch out a Plains. He's probably going to time out, by the way, which I would rather it not happen, but I guess if you're going to play a Jace deck, you got to be prepared to do your brainstorms in a timely manner. But they have been pretty grindy games, so I do have sympathy. At the same time, I've used less than half of my allotted time, so sympathy only gets you so far. I anticipate Remand here. Such is life. If he's going to remand something, I might as well have him remand the thing that doesn't cost a million mana. If he Blood Moons here, not actually the worst for me. I just slam down a Gideon. Sure. I'm just going to slam this Gideon and hope he doesn't have a spell to deal with it. Logic not for 1. Okay. So we got a Jace. Minus is to kill a thing. I'll hit Jace down to 1. Gonna play the Lingering Souls, see what he does. Can't remand it, and then I'm gonna just rest in peace and shut off his Snapcasters. Disrupting Shoal, exiling Snapcaster Mage. Alright, fair enough, fair enough. He's brainstorming, but he puts 2 cards back, so he's only got 2 cards in his hand, so he needs like his Electrolyze or Anger of the Gods to keep Jace. Well, he needs Anger of the Gods to keep Jace alive, I think. Now, for me, I need Path to Exile. so that I can path one of my spirits to get a swamp to cast Sorin and flashback Lingering Souls, or, you know, just drawing a swamp. So really I have 7 outs to drawing black mana. The pause there makes me think he was thinking of cryptic tap draw or something. I think while he's behind, I don't feel too incentivized to run the Gideon into fairly obvious counter magic. Get the Gideon out there, attack the Jace the Mind Sculptor. So he's going to time out, guaranteed. But I do think I had a pretty good shot at actually just like legitimately winning it. Well, that was a cool match. See you for the next one.